Change is the only constant thing in this world. In an ever-changing world and global politics, the Philippines is also constantly growing with the times. It has been proven through time that in order to survive in this complex world, one must learn to adapt and change. This too has recently become the banner of the Philippine Air Force. Evidently, air supremacy and air power has always been a crucial factor in the ever-changing times. It has been a turning point in winning campaigns in the previous world wars, resolving conflicting ideologies within a nation, eliminating violence and terrorism from its people, efficiently responding to disaster and calamities caused by climate change, and ultimately assisting the country and its people in development. The Philippines is a unique country composed of more than 7,000 islands, embraced by 3 large bodies of water. We are an archipelagic nation where most islands are separated, and the fastest way to reach our destination is through air. Through air power, even the most remote place which cannot be accessed via land or sea can be accessed through air. Additionally, since our country is located in the Pacific Ring of Fire, we are more prone to calamities and natural disasters, and the fastest way to respond to our affected countrymen is through air. If there are armed conflicts, whether northern or southern part of the country, our air assets can quickly react to intercept or provide support to our ground forces. Air supremacy plays a vital role in times of peace or war. Its importance and how it affected the outcome of past events such as the Korean War, Congo Mission, campaigns against communists and terror groups, EDSA Revolution, Ondoy, Yolanda, Bohol Earthquake, Zamboanga Siege, and Marawi Crisis. Those are but a few reasons why a strong and reliable Air Force is important to a nation. The Philippine Air Force prides itself as the air arm of the Armed Forces of the Philippines. By this mandate, the vital role of the Philippine Air Force is to provide a credible air defense against internal and external threats. For 70 years, the Philippine Air Force has clearly shown that it has been effective and responsive in the country's demand for sustaining peace and stability. The lessons of the Second World War highlighted the value of air power and the importance of an independent Air Force as a separate branch of service and as nation's first line of defense. The Philippine Air Force continued to spread its wings to contain the post-war threat to the Republic, such as the Hukbalahap insurgency in Luzon and the Kamlon uprising in Mindanao. Through these achievements, the Philippines became a shield for democracy in Southeast Asia, a symbol for which were the F-86 Sabre jets. 7 momentous and glorious decades proved the gallantry and excellence of its airmen. As a result, the national security situation has clearly shown that we have been responsive in delivering air power whenever and wherever it is needed. In support to the reformed initiatives of the government, the DND, AFP, and PAF formulated a 14-year strategic plan, the PAF Flight Plan 2028. The flight plan reiterates the vision of a more capable and credible Air Force responsive to national security and development, with its core value of integrity, service above self, teamwork, excellence, and professionalism. The arrival of the modern and sophisticated air assets is the result of the collective efforts to improve the state of national security. Today, the Philippine Air Force performs various roles: territorial defense, internal security operations, maritime security, humanitarian assistance and disaster response, and peacekeeping operations, which immensely contributed in promoting national security and development. Today's Philippine Air Force is ready to respond to a variety of missions. In the vast blue skies, we are a force to contend with, armed with a fleet of air assets capable of patrolling, reconnaissance, day and night close air support missions, logistics support, search, rescue and recovery, and disaster response. On land, we are the first on the ground. Special operations troops are capable to deploy anywhere in the archipelago via land, sea, or air insertion. They can be inserted into small units to perform reconnaissance, forward control, observation, and recovery missions. Dominance of the air requires extraordinary capabilities. PAF airmen are honed to a fine edge to conduct surgical strike at air and on land. The Philippine Air Force is a self-reliant, self-sustaining branch of service. It operates its own hangars and performs maintenance of all its air assets, equipment, and weapons. Complementing the Air Force's logistical support is a group of air assets used in conducting peace operations and other essential missions. The Air Force are the men and women who take pride in their occupational specialties, the pillars who keep the Air Force strong, because a strong and reliable Air Force is founded on our core values of integrity, service above self, teamwork, excellence, and professionalism. In line with the Flight Plan 2028 and its vision, the Philippine Air Force rises aggressively with the changing times, constantly evolving, reshaping, and restructuring itself. With the acquisition of new aircraft, upgrading equipment, harnessing the Filipinos' natural talents, resilience in the face of adversity, and innate oneness with the sky, the Philippine Air Force has earned its credibility and is gaining new strength, and is ready to steer through turbulent skies when it's called upon, and we will prevail. With the command's thrust of steadfast Blue Team at top speed for peace and resilient development, the Philippine Air Force's full potential will absolutely come into realization in no time.
About to turn it on.